You know, one of my favorite places to hunt pretty much in the world is Africa, especially South Africa, because of the amount of species, the accessibility of the hunting territories, the diversity of landmass. I mean, Africa just has a lot of opportunity for sportsmen to come over and be able to hunt, you know, 5 or 6 species. Here in North America, you know, in most of our western states, we might have 2 or 3 species that we target every single year. And so in a 10-day span, you can go over and not only learn about the animals and spend time with them, but you just never know what you're going to see. I mean, it's truly a target-fested environment over there. Well, everybody out there that watches Western Extreme knows that I love exploring and going on field trips. And here we are in South Africa at the largest taxidermist in the world, Highveld, my good friend Thomas. Thomas is also a bow hunter. And
Bowtech shooter.
Bowtech's everywhere, it's all over the world. Anyway guys, every time I come, I'm amazed. This is a replica of a very famous elephant called Shawu that was on in Kruger National Park. And one of the things that Highveld is most known for. Anyway, we're gonna take a little tour of the factory and we're gonna show you. I'm pretty excited because we've got some stuff here that's gonna show up in America that Highveld has done for Ray and I. So I'm excited, you ready?
Ready.
I'm following you, man, let's do it.
Perfect.
I talk a lot about what happens after the hunt. What memories do we have? What things do we leave behind for our children, for our heritage, for the hunting heritage that we have in our family? And taxidermy is the greatest way to display all of the places we went with all of the stories and the adventures that we were able to go on. And right here is a brand new way to display animals that Highveld and has created. And it's a shield in the background, huh, Thomas?
That's right, yes, we call it a Zulu shield mount. So we make the shield out of a soft wood and we carve it. So each one of the shields is unique. We don't do the 2 designs ever, the same designs ever. We put the Zulu spears at the back. And here we did the common, the copper, the black and the white springbuck on one. So that's a slam of springbucks on one shield. Pretty amazing. Because springbuck are almost like our white-tailed deer back home. You know, they're pretty much all over Africa, and it's just amazing to see all 4 species at one place. But anyway, Thomas, let's onward, man. Let's go show some other stuff. It's exciting. We got lots.
You know, I've been able to make some great friends over in Africa. You know, the guys are just like us. They love to laugh and joke, and they love hunting. And so, you know, we just get along. I mean, no doubt about it. And one of the guys that's to become a really good friend of mine is Thomas at Highveld Taxidermy. And every time I go over there, I spend some time because I love taxidermy. I love looking at the animals. I love learning about the species. And so I always tour the facility. Sometimes it'll be maybe even working on my work. This is my favorite place in the Highveld factory because all of the mounts are done and they're going in a crate and they're going to be put on a cargo ship and shipped halfway around the world. And this crate in particular, Mr. Bunny's not with me today, but this was some of the trophies that Ray shot last year, including this lion, a gemsbuck, a kudu bull, and a water buck. And so he's probably jealous of me right now. I mean, he doesn't get to see it. I get to see it and he hasn't seen it yet. So
I send him photos, but you get to see it. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Africa is a target-fested environment. We're here at Highveld Taxidermy with my good friend Thomas, and we're showing you some brand new technologies and changing a way an animal could get displayed. These are castings, huh, Thomas?
Well, that's actually the original skull underneath, and we use an electroplating process to do either an antique bronze, like you see here, or we do antique silver. We've even had requests of gold.
Really? So the skull, this is the actual skull then?
That's the actual skull, yes.
That's really, really cool.
Even the real tusks underneath here.
Yeah, and so that's a warthog for you, those of you that have never shot one. And we have a leopard skull right there.
With the jaw slightly open, makes a very nice table display.
Man, that's really, really cool. I think I'm gonna have to have a couple of these, Thomas.
Well, you've got enough warthogs.
I know, I do. I think I have too many warthogs. Maybe not one that big, but that's a pretty trick. And then we went on a field trip. This field trip was extremely special because there's a gentleman at Koran Beef, it's one of the largest feedlots in the entire world, who has over 300 life-size body mounts, and Highfelt has done this entire room. So it's one thing to go through the taxidermy floor and look at the stuff being made, but it's another thing to see the display, a man's vision, the animals that got collected from all over Africa and parts of North America in order to assemble those things. And every one of them has a story. And so this man's vision and his creativity and working with Highfelt has created one of the most magnificent trophy rooms I've ever been able to walk through. It's spectacular. This really exemplifies Africa and the animals that live in it. You know, it's pretty cool to see all the lions and the buffalo on the wall, but there's one animal in this entire trophy room that I'm just amazed at, which is the elephant. I mean, this is the holy grail. Here is a wild elephant that grew to be over 100 pounds. 100-pounder. That's like a 500 class elk that's living in Arizona somewhere. Just very, very rare animal to be able to grow a 100-pound tusk. What a really special animal, and kind of privileged to be able to walk through this trophy room and be able to see all these animals. Just really cool.